I was debating whether or not to make this video about me feeling like I'm losing my spark. Like, there's so much I have done, there's so much that I do that to the ordinary person, it is plausible. And, but for me, as I was reflecting, I recently came across like this quote or video. I can't remember where it came from, but I recently heard, the reason why you constantly feel like you are not progressing is because you continuously set the bar even further. You continue to set the bar even higher. And I resonated with that so much because, every single thing I attempt to do, whether I succeed in it, whether I attempt to try at it and I decide to try a different path, whatever it is that I do, I am constantly setting the bar further. For example, I started an e-commerce business, then now I set the bar even further. Okay, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to do something a little bit more. Now, my e-commerce business was a great failure. Then I decided to do YouTube. And YouTube, I don't want to say it's a failure because I'm still doing it with my personal brand, but I did have a faceless YouTube channel where I did that for several years and I never spoke about this ever. And that was a great, great failure. And that one really, really did hurt because I literally spent nearly 5 years focusing every single day, focusing on this project, focusing on putting out content. So many hours, so much time, so much money went into this project, and it was like a really, really big failure. Now that one hurt. It did look promising in the very beginning, and I did see growth. I did see some growth there. But to put in perspective, that channel actually generated a few million views, and yeah, that one hurt. And I even reached like 500 to, I think it was like close to a million. I think it was like 500 to 800,000 views within 48 hours. That was very exciting to see. But yeah, that was like a great failure. But I'm constantly setting like the bar even higher. And I even, I'm constantly so I did YouTube, and now I'm starting to do focus more on my personal brand and focusing on creating content like that. And I also have another project in the works that I haven't talked about or shared publicly, but that one, is pretty, it's set in stone. So that's different. But and I'm constantly setting the bar higher. And there's just so much that I want to do because there's just so much that I want to do. And, you know, living with SMA and having these big ambitions, it's for me personally, it's like extremely difficult, not impossible, but more challenging than simply having the ability to just get up and go and do the things that I aspire. For me, it's a much more harder path, a much more slower path, but I have discovered and learned that the slower one goes, the more one will have learned. So I find solace in knowing, like this is my journey. Like other people have their stories, other people have their own journey, and although I have this big drive of ambition and determination and education, because I do study a crap ton of business and finance and entrepreneurial information, there's only so much that I can do. But the thing I also learned is that there has been, like a lot of stuff that I have studied, although it may not have been used right as soon as I had acquired or attained that kind of information, I've learned that I have utilized that information later on. So, I think for me personally, I'm very spiritual. So I think God is just has a unique path for me. Not think, but I know God has a unique path for me. There's a lot that I know He has predestined for me. There's a lot that I do know what will happen in the upcoming events that I can foresee. And there are a lot that, of course, is unforeseen. And I think that is what kind of gives life purpose because, there's a surprise. You cannot always anticipate what's coming. And I think there's a gift in knowing that. I think that's what drives us, not knowing what tomorrow may bring. But yeah, so I wanted to make this video, but lately I just been feeling like I'm losing my spark, my creativity. But again, I'm just constantly moving the goalpost, and one, that's not fair to me, right? But for me to you, what I hope you get out of this is the thing that continues to drive me, continues to move me, and I think it will hold immense value for you too, is to hold on to that what if. Like, what if things really do work out? Like, what if, you continue to show up for yourself? And what if your life path, your own story, because it's uniquely yours, leads you down somewhere that you can't even imagine possible in a massive, great, significant way? I think to hold on to that what if, what if things do work out? What if I do figure things out, is what is worth holding on to. So for me to you, don't give up, keep the faith. You are not losing your spark. You are just falling into the false belief that you are not where you are supposed to be. And that could not be further from the truth. You are right where you are meant to be. Everything is temporary. Continue to show up for yourself. Keep the faith. And above all, do not ever quit on yourself. From me to you, I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.